In this video, watch the first 1,064 horsepower ZR1 get tested down a drag strip, and then we line up against my 1,001 horsepower Lamborghini REVUELTO for an all-out drag race. Can America's latest supercar take down the top Lambo? Let's find out.
All right, guys, buckle up. We've got two monsters lining up today. We've got Lamborghini's latest creation, the REVUELTO, packing a high-revving V12 hybrid system with over 1,000 horsepower. And the all-American 2025 Corvette ZR1, armed with twin turbos and an outrageous 1,064 horsepower. Both are throwing down 4 figures of horsepower, both come with reputations that could fill an entire racetrack, and today we get to see them head to head. The REVUELTO is Lamborghini's future, sleek, high-tech, and still very much a raging bull. The ZR1 is Chevy's answer to the supercar world, a twin-turbo beast that's ready to punch way above its price tag. The question is, which one is going to actually put its power down, and which one is going to get humbled? Stick around to find out.
But it's a V12 that's been switched through 180 degrees, so the gearbox is now all the way out the back. It's a different gearbox too, and that's perhaps the first thing to say actually, to do with a hybrid system. We've now got an 8-speed DCT dual clutch transmission, as opposed to the single clutch ISR box that was in all the Aventadors, and this is so much better. I know there were all sorts of reasons why it was thought it would be more emotive to have that single clutch box, but to be honest, I never liked it. It just wasn't very good. It felt pretty clunky. This is so much smoother and just better. As a system total, this can put out 1,001 brake horsepower. The engine on its own, 814 brake horsepower. What's more, that engine makes its 814 brake horsepower at over 9,000 RPM.
9,250 RPM to be precise, with a limiter at 9.5. It also produces 535 pounds-feet of torque at 6,750 RPM. And I love that it lives al fresco, its cam covers nestled in a carbon valley that you look down every time you glance in the mirror.
So how does the REVUELTO sound? Well, pretty quiet if you're in EV mode, fairly obviously, but if you switch to Strada, then you get the lovely theatrics of it waking up. However, then if you drive around in hybrid, which is what it principally do in Strada, or in fact Sport as well, the noise is interesting, but not exactly spine-tingling most of the time. At sort of normal speeds, pottering around, there's a sort of bit of whine, almost like it's got a supercharger on it, but you don't get much of the V12. In order to do that, you really need to go to Sport, pop it into Performance, and then get stuck in.
Although it might not sound like it, there is actually a certain politeness to its voice, a smooth shout rather than a bellicose bellow that you feel in your chest.
Certainly there's room for an SV or an SVR. Don't get me wrong, it does sound very, very good, but just perhaps not quite as sort of gravelly and dirty as the old engine.
So, hearing that breakdown of the REVUELTO, I've got to say, Lamborghini's really evolved here. The new 8-speed dual clutch is a massive step up from the old clunky ISR box. Aventadors always felt like they were showing off more drama than delivering speed. But this thing finally gives you smooth, sharp shifts worthy of a car with 1,000 horses. But I get it, the sound isn't quite the raw, chest-thumping roar we're used to from Lambo's V12s. It's more refined, almost polite, which is not a word I ever thought I would use about a Lamborghini. The REVUELTO definitely feels like it's aiming for precision and polish rather than sheer aggression. Let's check out the Corvette though.
You driving this thing around, there is no turbo lag in this thing.
It does not feel like that at all, and it's like always got boost going even when you're going slow into a corner.
And it is so fast that they were breaking engine dynos while they were trying to certify that 1,064 horsepower. Not the engines, the engine dyno to get the friggin' numbers.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And as for cooling, you know how many coolers they have on this?
I think I remember 15?
15! It's nuts, and I believe the big front and center ones are to cool the turbos.
Yeah, so the turbos have their own intercoolers, like charge air coolers that are bolted to the engine, and then they also have the one at the front, which does feed into those, so it's like a secondary cooler for the turbos. Okay, Yuri, into the pits. Let's Max Verstappen this.
All right, yo, you're gonna make me throw up my lunch.
I almost feel like I'm gonna throw up my lunch right now. This is insane.
Shout out this track though. Unreal.
This track is crazy. Like seeing that elevation up to turn 1, where we got to shoot real cool statics of the yellow one, unreal. We can't use launch control because we're on a Formula 1 track, but I'm gonna send it. Okay, so with launch control, I believe it's like a 0 to 60 of around 2.6-ish?
Yeah, and this is rear wheel drive.
Yes, it is. Okay, so this is my out lap. So I gotta get some heat into the tires. And Yuri, while I do that, I wanna talk about the anti-lag, because yes, this has anti-lag. And off throttle, like right now, it's making boost. So my foot is fully off the gas, and I see 2 PSI to 3 PSI to 4 PSI.
Let me film that for you.
Okay, there, I'm off throttle, off throttle, off throttle. You got that?
Yeah.
All right, eyes on the road. There we go, and throttle. Okay, so I just saw 23 PSI there. It is supposed to be like a steady state 20 PSI, but it can go up to 24 PSI if the conditions need it. And today's conditions of very hot Texas weather of like 95 degrees, I think we're hitting those boost numbers.
Oh my God, dude, I feel so sick.
Yeah, I know. The passenger seat is terrible in this car on a racetrack. I barely survived. Okay, Yuri, back straight. Give me a visor test.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Ah!
Let's go!
What's my top speed, Yuri?
174, but it might be higher on the PDR.
Okay. So we can go deeper in the braking, but we're not here to beat Charles Leclerc lap time around here. So the grip is basically infinite. It doesn't feel like a real car. It's teeter mode.
So with the ZTK, we have different suspension tuning and different tires, much stickier cup tires.
Yep.
And you definitely feel a difference, but even though you could get the aero package on the regular one, like that still feels good. This feels like so much more next level when you're actually going at high speeds.
The Corvette ZR1. Wow. This thing sounds like a science project with how many coolers it's got, but the results speak for themselves. No turbo lag, anti-lag systems keeping boost alive even when you're off throttle, and nearly 1,100 horses in a rear wheel drive package. That's insane. And the fact that Chevy literally broke dynos trying to certify the engine says it all. The ZR1 feels raw, almost violent compared to the Lamborghini's refinement. It's got this hold on for dear life vibe, especially with how much speed it's carrying on track and how sick it makes passengers feel. But that's also what makes it exciting. 2 totally different approaches to going fast, and now it all comes down to the drag race. Who can actually put that ridiculous power down cleanly? That's the real test.
I spun again and he's got it.
All right, here we go. They re-prepped the track because the Turbo S just ran was spinning all over the place too. So that's just not normal. Burnout here. right, here we go. Round 3. Oh, it's close.
What a race. Round 1 went to the Corvette, partly because the Lambo was fighting with the track and spinning up. The Z1 just hooked better and it took it. But once the surface got sorted, the Revuelto showed what it's made of. Round 2, Lamborghini clawed it back. Round 3 was close again, but the Lambo edged out the win. And that's the story here. The Corvette came out swinging, proving it's absolutely a monster, but the Revuelto's mix of hybrid power and grip gave it consistency to take the crown. Honestly though, both cars walked away looking incredible. The Corvette showed America can build a supercar that embarrasses Europe on the right day, and the Revuelto proved Lamborghini's future is every bit as fast as its past. 2 different weapons, 2 different attitudes, and one hell of a race to watch. If you enjoyed this video, why not hit subscribe for more coming soon. Cheers.